It's Tuesday, September 9th. Leaflets fall across Gaza City, ordering everyone to leave as Israel steps up its military operation.
I really don't believe that it's up to politicians and government to decide what is right and wrong for our children to read.
Alberta comes out with revised rules again for books allowed at school libraries, but some parents and advocates still say it's an overreach.
Let's call a spade a spade. We've hit rock bottom.
The service delays at the CRA being called unacceptable, but the Secretary of State wouldn't comment on job cuts.
My films haven't been film festival films.
Fast and Furious, is it Oscar-worthy? Dwayne Johnson brings a film with awards buzz to the Toronto International Film Festival. Stay with us, Canada. Your morning starts right now. Good morning, Canada. Welcome to Your Morning. I'm Anne-Marie Mediwake.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Lindsey Deluce.
I'm Kelsey McEwen. Hope your Tuesday is off to a great start.
Let's jump right into news on this Tuesday morning. Israel has ordered all residents in Gaza City to get out immediately as it intensifies strikes. So Israel's military dropped leaflets across Gaza City warning it will operate in the area in, quote, great force. Those are the pamphlets being dropped. Some people are leaving for the south. Others have decided to stay, saying there's no place to go. Israel has been targeting high-rise buildings, accusing Hamas of using those buildings as military infrastructure. The attacks also served as a warning to Hamas to release the remaining hostages. New strikes follow yesterday's shooting attack at a bus stop in Jerusalem that killed 6 people. Prime Minister Mark Carney has announced a tariff relief fund for businesses in Atlantic Canada.
$80 million of that funding will be dedicated to businesses right here in Atlantic Canada.
Windy. The money is being put aside for small and medium-sized businesses in the region. It will be shared between the 4 provinces. Prime Minister Mark Carney says the seafood industry will be eligible for the funding, which will be administered by the Atlantic Canada Opportunities Agency. Meanwhile, Industry Minister Mélanie Joly provided some details around cross-Canada sectoral help. She says Quebec's aluminum sector is likely to receive hundreds of millions of dollars from a $5 billion fund to help sectors slammed by the tariffs. Nearly all of Canada's aluminum, by the way, is produced in Quebec. Extreme service delays at the CRA are not getting any better, and the Secretary of State who oversees the agency says the situation, it is completely unacceptable.
It will not get worse. I mean, we have a baseline. We will make sure that the service levels improve. I mean, really, let's call a spade a spade. We've hit rock bottom. It can't get much worse than it is now.
Wayne Long wouldn't comment on the potential for future job cuts, though. This all comes after Finance Minister François-Philippe Champagne instructed the CRA to launch a 100-day plan to improve services in response to the delays people have been experiencing. The union representing CRA workers says more than 3,000 jobs have been cut since 2024, including debt collector and call center positions. Alberta has updated its rules around which books are allowed in school libraries.
The updated order really helps to refine our primary concern, which is around visual images.
Under this new order, books with written depictions of sexual acts are allowed. Books with pictures or drawings showing explicit images are not allowed. Alberta changed its original guidelines after the Edmonton School Board said it would take classics like The Handmaid's Tale and Brave New World and I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings out of schools. Educational advocates say this is not the way to teach students.
To protect students is to teach them, right? Teach them how to engage with material that you come across.
Boards have been given an early January deadline to make the changes. Speaking of teaching, the Alberta government is urging teachers to get back to the bargaining table, but the union says the old offer is just not good enough.
So it seems to be the main focus from what we're hearing from teachers, but we're getting a different narrative when we listen to what the government says.
The teachers union says the province needs to move beyond reiterating a deal that teachers have already rejected. The current offer includes wage increases of 12% over 4 years and a promise to hire 3,000 teachers over 3 years. Alberta Finance Minister Nate Horner says the government has put $2.3 billion on the table. He says that addresses both classroom complexity and salary needs. The last possible day teachers could go on strike, by the way, that's October 7th. The union, of course, would have to give 72 hours notice. If significant rain doesn't come soon, Halifax will have to put water restrictions in place this week.
A little bit of rain on the weekend, maybe that buys us a day, 2 days, but it's not buying us weeks and weeks of time.
Right now, water levels at Lake Major and Pockwalk Lake are below acceptable levels. If restrictions are put in place, it will affect nearly 350,000 people who rely on these two sources. People have already been asked to save water, help, take shorter showers, turn off your taps while you're not using them. Halifax Water says it would take a few straight days of rain to bring water levels back up. We are now hearing from some of the passengers on that WestJet flight that made the hard landing in Saint Martin.
It was a very hard bounce. The plane really did vibrate through and throughout.
164 people were on board this flight. That's another look at it. The flight was coming from Toronto, touched down at 1:30 in the afternoon. 3 people were taken to hospital for medical evaluation. The airport, though, is saying no one was injured. In a statement, WestJet says this, quote, "At this time, we are awaiting confirmation on the exact nature of the incident. Our teams are focused on supporting our guests and crew, ensuring their safety and care remain our highest priority." The Transportation Safety Board of Canada, they'll be investigating, but keep in mind the agency does not assign fault or determine civil or criminal liability. Dwayne Johnson says he's been in Toronto a lot as The Rock, but never as the star of a film premiering at TIFF.
This was always a bucket list for me. Like, I wonder what it was like to come back to Toronto to represent a film.
This is fun. Dwayne Johnson and Emily Blunt were on the red carpet for their film, The Smashing Machine. It tells the story of former MMA fighter Mark Kerr. Johnson's getting some serious Oscar buzz for this role. Director Benny Safdie won Best Director for the film at the Venice Film Festival.
I think what makes her lovable is that she's very much human.
Scarlett Johansson also made her return to TIFF, this time as a director. It's her first time directing. She steps behind the camera for Eleanor the Great, about a senior who passes herself off as a Holocaust survivor. A letter Jane Austen wrote to her older sister is heading to the auction block. It is expected to fetch up to $400,000 next month. So this is fun. Okay, so in the letter, Jane rattles through an account of her days in Bath. She gossips about their neighbors and relatives, shares news about their friends, reflects on the family's diminished social status. It was written about 3 months after Jane Austen's father had died. And here's the letter.